Let's go.
All right.
We're
so,
ready.
who are all you beautiful women?
Oh my God.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, shit. Okay. Hi. Oh, are we introducing ourselves?
Let's.
Okay.
We're all looking at you.
I'm the newest one here, so I'm just gonna sit here and just admire you three ladies for just a couple minutes. So,
All right, everybody. We are here at this soft little unveiling of this beautiful podcast room that you have to use your imagination. It still hasn't evolved fully. But we're super excited. Thank you so much for being here and doing this impromptu session, right? It's content. We're just popping in here, having a real casual conversation.
Absolutely.
Let's hop on the mic. So I'm Veronica Figueroa, and I am here with my wonderful, fabulous friends, Jen.
Jennifer Wade here. Also here with my wonderful, fabulous friend, Jen.
Also Jen, but Jen Charisse with Celebration Title Group. So thank you, ladies. I'm so excited to do more content and share more stories and really help every woman and everyone in our industry with the things that we've gone through.
Absolutely.
And my new friend, Amy.
I am Amy, now Vinkovic.
Ooh, she just got married.
I love that. That's sexy.
And where did you get married and where do you live?
Croatia.
I love this.
Yes, so I am business owner of the Mop Stop Cleaning Services. We clean on a monthly basis. We actually just partnered with Advent Health to clean 2 to 4 patients that are undergoing cancer treatments. And so we're doing that on a monthly basis and cleaning your home or your office.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so we were just having a very deep conversation about, I guess, taking the staircase or taking the shortcuts in business. Obviously, all 4 of us are women in business, entrepreneurs, and also just finding your authenticity.
Absolutely.
Right. Earlier we were talking about that. And I got a little deep. I went to church. How a lot of times people, are expecting more from an outcome that perhaps the timing hasn't aligned yet. They haven't maybe paid their dues, right? Let's say paid their dues in business. I think business maturity is important and it does take time. And sometimes when we want to accelerate the process and get there too fast, what grows fast fails fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of times
100%.
people don't understand that. And we were also talking about just, let's call it what it is, the receipts in the business, right? Just, stack your receipts, stack your credibility because credibility is necessary in business. Doesn't mean that you can't grow a business, doesn't mean that you're not winning, but it does take a little bit of time. And I think people don't value the beautiful, precious gift of time and tenure and maturity and wisdom. And I said something about, just kind of an example of that. Sometimes when people are struggling or they're frustrated and they look at someone else and they're like, oh, I want to do what you're doing, or I want to get there the way you got there really, really quick. And, they're struggling. And when you look at it, the way I've been able to, as I've grown up a little bit, I realized whenever I struggled, it's because it's not a business decision. It's because I was having a soul crisis. I was having an identity crisis. And when you try to be someone that you're not, or you're looking at other people, it's like you're struggling inside because you should honor your personal journey. You should fall in love with your journey rather than looking around and saying, well, I want what Jen has. Now, Jen, we are in Inspiration Studio right now. This is what we're calling it. And we might have a name change later on, but we're going with that vibe because that's the brand that we've always used for our studio. But just because I might be inspired by you, I have to still appreciate my own personal journey and use you as maybe a light, maybe that person that I aspire to learn from versus want to be you.
100%.
So if we can learn to love ourselves and learn to accept the beauty of our own personal journey versus looking outward and saying, well, you didn't do this for me, or, I want to do what you did, but I don't want to have the 20-year track. I want the 2-year track. Sometimes, that 20-year track, I don't expect you to go on it as long as I did, or maybe that failure, but hopefully you have your own challenges that helps you become that person that you're supposed to become along the way.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to start off.
So my question to you is, how does somebody create an awareness around what I'm feeling in the moment? Is it, am I chasing the shiny object, or is this a soul crisis?
That's a great question. I think people know the answer. If you look at the people that you, like if you design your life and you actually do an audit of maybe the avatar you want to be in business with, or even in your relationship, I think that will help you answer the questions. Like, there is always a cheaper way, a cheaper place to fail. There's always a cheaper option. Yeah. But like when I look at, I'm in business and I have key people that I love to work with, and I think, do I want to go in the foxhole with these people? Yeah. Do I want to like ride with these people, right? Or do I just care about the dollars and cents and the cheaper option? Because there's always a cheaper place to fail,
Absolutely.
right? So when I start making the decisions that I make, I look at the people, the who, right? Are they the people I want to be around? Do they have the values that I love? Yeah. Do I truly feel that there's a relationship there?
100%.
Do they add value to my life? Yeah. What is the currency of that relationship? Yeah. Is it just monetary? Well, if you join me for money, you leave me for money, boo.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But 100%. If there is a true value, and listen, I love money. Money is a conversation we need to talk about. It's okay. Money is an exchange of energy. Yeah. So if you ain't getting the bread that you want, check your energy.
Ooh, that's good.
You know, if you're not getting that contribution into your world, check your soul.
Absolutely. 100%. And I agree with that 100%. You know, what I was thinking was, if you have bad energy, no matter what it is that you're working on, you're going against the grain, because instead of investing that energy on yourself and improving yourself, you're trying to weed away that bad energy. So that's why it's so important to make sure that your circle is tight and your circle aligns with what your morals and your values are.
100%.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying my mom used to always say, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And like, I never understood it back then when I was younger, but now it makes so much sense, because there is people that drain your energy and that might not seem like it at first because they want to be around you, but they're actually energy suckers, because they're not truly invested in the value of your friendship with you, that you have with them. And then they are those ones that are chasing the shiny object or want that easy way out, and they truly don't care about the relationship that they have with you. And I think that's so important, and you need to, you know, find that out early on, because you don't want to spend your time on someone that is going to be like, well, I want the shortcut and I just want to hang out with you to get this out and then move on, and then they end up crashing and burning.
And I learned the hard way about what environment does in your life. I just was talking to my sister and actually just put out there my story a little bit more, but I was in an abusive relationship where the dude hit me and we would fight, and he was 6'4", he was no little guy, right? And so, and the people that type of relationship surrounded me with landed me in a place that I didn't even deserve to be there. Here I am. I played professional softball, like for Puerto Rico. Like I had full scholarships. I had money being thrown at me. I had teams in the U.S. wanting me. Like there were so many things going on in my life, and I landed in that relationship that landed me in a not so good place. And then, but through that journey, and as you always teach me, embracing your journey is like, okay, wait a minute. But I built something really marvelous after that. I just trusted that dots will connect, right? I was working 2 jobs. I was hustling as a single mom. Dad wasn't present. But then I got a job at a real estate company, which then I met Gil. And then Gil took me under his wing. And now I'm here sitting with you in a nutshell.
And that's all it takes is like one person to see your worth, even though you don't see it. But that one person that sees your worth and they say, hold your hand and say, let's go. You got this.
And I love what you said about embracing the journey, because sometimes things happen in our life that can shake up our world, right? And really turn our life upside down. And sometimes we can get caught up on like, why is this happening to me? Like I did all these things, and we get stuck in that place, and we have to take a moment and remember, and being around people that can help us with those situations that are high-minded and say, no, not why is this happening, to me, why is this happening for me? And what is the lesson? I didn't fail. This wasn't a failure, this is a lesson for me, and it's going to make me stronger for that next version of me, whatever that is. is. So I think it's so important to remember too.
I love that.
beautiful.
And I think you nailed it, right? You're one relationship away from the rest of your life changing. And that can be in a good way or in a bad way. And I also, abuse comes in many different forms, right? It could be, again, people kind of like celebrating your failures is also a form of abuse. You know, there are people who want to see you suffer. And there are people who like, that's what they encourage and embrace. They enjoy seeing like, stirring the pot and really just like seeing people living their shit. Like those type of people, pay attention to that.
Absolutely.
Pay attention to that, because if that person is enjoying someone else's fall or demise or wants to hurt people, like that's the environment you're surrounding yourself. It's going to rub off on you. My husband and I, we struggled in our marriage for many, many years. And I had to make a decision because I had people that would say to me like, girl, you don't need him and da-da-da-da-da. But really what my heart was, listen, we were not perfect, neither one of us. But my heart was saying, I want friends who actually pray for me, who instead of giving me a roadmap to like have an exit plan, which listen, I had plenty of exit plans, but I was like, in my heart, I felt like there was still hope and we didn't have the right foundation. But then I looked around, I was like, who are the people who do have the right foundation that I want to be around? And I believe God just started sending me people that were exactly who I aspire to be as a couple. And I was like, wow, they may not be perfect here. Maybe in business, I'm a little bit more advanced here, or here they're a little bit, maybe don't have that, but in their relationship, which is the most beautiful thing that I pray for, that I want, that I yearn. I didn't have that. I had a very, very limited amount of people around me that instead of saying, oh, you guys are so toxic and you guys should just leave each other, no one said, hey, let's pray for you. Let's help you. Let's show the world that you can be a miracle. And I didn't believe it. I was like, we are a hot mess express. This is no way this is turning around. And I believed it. I believed it in my soul. Like I would find ways to say, like, all right, well, I got to do this, but how do I prepare for like when I'm alone and all this? And it was such a horrible feeling to know that I actually like was believing that. So I think environment and business, personal, audit your surroundings and look at them. Do they inspire you?
Absolutely.
Do they talk about things that elevate your mind and your soul, whatever that might be? It doesn't have to be money. It's not just money. It could be travel. It could be your health journey. It could be what books to read. It could be where maybe you should invest,
maybe
or
hair
giving,
products.
maybe taking care of your, like there's a lot of different things that you could like literally measure what you want in the character of the people that you surround yourself with. And I lived it. You maybe were in a physically abusive environment. I was in a toxic environment that I was building community that was extremely dangerous. And I walked away from a lot of things that I knew in my life to navigate on a journey alone. And you asked me earlier, like, how do you know? I had to embark on something. I said, God is telling me I need to do something that is extremely risky. And that risk was to walk alone. But I had made a pact with myself that I was going to navigate through a journey alone so that I can find myself. Because I was so like, I would say influenced by the people around me, but in a way that it wasn't healthy. And I don't hold any qualms towards anyone. Like I personally like you attract what your soul is living. It was a reflection of my soul. So I had to be, I would say, an explorer, go out there and be a Viking, go out there on my own and discover a new world. So I hope that my journey can inspire other people to say, like, sometimes you are going to have to go on the soul journey alone. And it felt so lonely. And when I finally got out of it, there was this completely new world that I was like, this is the best thing ever. Like the people that I'm around, the people that like legit, we're talking about things that I never, ever would imagine was healthy to talk about.
Included in that journey, was there a lot of forgiveness that needed to happen?
So it's so funny. Like, I am still on that forgiveness journey. And, you know, I've just recently really made it a commitment to go all in on my faith as well. And it's funny because I'm going through
She got baptized, guys.
Yeah.
You got baptized recently, too.
No, that was
me, not yet. Lisa.
Soon.
Soon.
She got baptized, guys.
Yes. I'm still on my spiritual journey.
Yeah, I think everybody's on their own journey. And no matter what that is, right? But for me, forgiveness was a big thing. And I'm going through something right now, personally, that only my, you know, closest friends and family knows. But like, even that, I had this big breakdown. I broke down, and I actually said, oh my God, I'm sitting in my feelings. I haven't sat in my feelings in a long time. What am I feeling? Like, I'm going to embrace this, right? Yes. And I'm like, I'm talking about the ugly cry, the puffy eye type cry, the emotional cry. And that situation that's been happening, actually, in a moment of just me, like, kind of losing my mind in that moment. These things aren't supposed to happen to me because I'm a control freak and I put in the work and I should have already been at a better place. I was telling myself all these lies. And it was like, and it's funny, my therapist says, she's like, let God show out a little bit on you, you know, and give up control, because you're going to, and I was like, Mercury retrograde, or like, no, you're really showing out right now. But what was crazy was the weirdest thing happened, that I sent a message to two people that we have had tension in our relationship. And this people that are family, and that it was very important. And I felt that I still had to address that. And I sent this message, and I was like, look, this has to stop. Like, we need to have the uncomfortable conversation. Exactly. We need to address whatever it is that's getting in the way, so that we can move forward, because I know we love each other, and I know that, you know, we're meant to be in relationship together. Like, so either we're going to address this, and either I'm going to regret this message, you know, because you know, perhaps aren't going to agree, but I'm still going to do what God is putting on my heart. And God is putting on my heart right now to let you know this is stupid, this is petty, and we need to talk. Yeah.
Right. So how do you start a conversation like that with someone that you feel like may not be ready to receive the message that you're going to deliver?
That's a good question.
I mean, I just texted them. I was like,
we're gonna be very direct here.
I just texted them, you know, and I said, listen. And then, you know, I wasn't sure, and I kind of went to bed, and in the morning it was crazy. Like, we need to talk. We need to meet in person. And within 3 hours, we're having a in-person intervention type of meeting. And then, you know, lots of tears, lots of real hard conversations, but in the end, to finish with hugs and recommitting to our relationship and committing to saying, hey, we're gonna move past this, and we're gonna build a life and a relationship that is of purpose, that is pure, that is present, that is free of judgment. And it was just like,
free of judgment.
I was like,
beautiful.
How did that other situation evolve to the point that this person came on my heart? And it's because, I mean, like, this person probably is a conduit to healing our family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you could just, you know, again, the control freak in me would never do that, but I surrendered. And it was this powerful moment in my life that I'll forever cherish, because I mean, I understand how important these, you know, I don't want to put anyone's name out there, they were to me and to my family. And I was like, this is just the right thing to do. Yeah. And as I'm going through my own journey in life, I'm still trying to navigate through what that is. I'm not done yet, babe. Boo, this is just the beginning.
I love that. You said something. We're right here, right with you. I love it. No, that was amazing. And you said something that really stuck out to me, which is, you know, we have these breakdowns, but through every breakdown, there's a breakthrough. Yes. And I think I just love that story. So.
Well, Jamie Kern-Lima, and I'll promise I'll shut up after this. She said, Jamie Kern-Lima, when I had the opportunity to talk to her, she's the founder of IT Cosmetics and sold her company for $1.2 billion. And she was told, you don't look the part. No one's going to buy makeup from you. You know, you have rosacea. You're just not the model type. And she stayed she stayed true to her vision. And she says, but no, that's exactly why people need my product. Yeah, and she had so much rejection that she faced. But one thing she said to me, she was like, and when we heard her talk and she was kind of sharing, she says, the messiness is the message. you know, and that's taking you to where you're supposed to go, right? Of course, we know the breakdown leads to the breakthrough. And rejection is part of the journey. Rejection is to build you character, to build you resilience. It gives you.
I think, and not to interrupt you, but I think that's why who you surround yourself with matters. Because if you're going through these rejection after rejection, or like you said, like the soul crisis of whatever's going on in your world, but you don't have the person or the people or the tribe there to help you pick up those pieces. Thank you, sis. I love you for that. It's a different feeling when you feel like you've got to kind of pick yourself up.
Yeah, because you're exhausting energy and picking up the pieces instead of moving forward.
Right.
But I also believe that when you're developing that resilience and the character, when you get to that goal, it just makes it so much sweeter
and so much worth it.
Just gives it, the value in that attaining and reaching that goal is just makes it a bigger reason to celebrate.
If it was too easy, it wouldn't be. You wouldn't appreciate it as much.
Absolutely.
You'd be like, next, that was too easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we generally, as humans, we want to be challenged.
Yes.
You know, most, of course, not everyone, but I mean, it's the beauty of the journey that I say. So
I love it. Thank you, ladies. I love this conversation. You guys fed my soul more than you know. So you guys really did. So
thank you. This is awesome. I'm so grateful for our sisterhood. This is awesome.
Beautiful, beautiful ladies. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us in your
this
space.
This is beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. This was so impromptu. We said, all right, we're just going to turn on the mics and just chat it up and see where this goes. But I'm glad that we got to talk about it.
Do you want to end off the way you usually end off your podcasts?
Okay. All right, so we're gonna have a little fun, and let me compute. Okay, so we always end our podcast off with a little fun.
Okay.
And so I want you guys to finish this song. Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I know the song?
That's the point.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a song.
It's gonna be like a rock song from 1930s or something.
Okay, so if it's worth it, let me work it. I put that thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your
That's all I got.
If you gotta work it, whatever. If you told me I'm Missy Elliott, like we love her, she's amazing. By the way, love it. I love that. That is so cool. I'm gonna have
Amy didn't even know the words to her favorite song, her childhood song that we grew up. Do you want to give it another whirl real quick?
It's just about the beat, you know.
I'm not a lyric person. I'm just a freestyler.
You're a viber, right?
Yeah, I vibe with the beat. And I just
wait, I gotta agree with her. I'll go to a concert and of course, like everybody knows exactly. I'm like,
right.
I'm like, and then I only know the chorus. I'm like, and then I feel like I get up, and then they go to I was like, oh, that's too much work. That's too much work to memorize. I got too much on my plate. But let's do another song. Which is the one is her childhood song that she loves?
Yes.
Always be my baby,
and we'll linger on. So I
don't know that one.
It's Mariah Carey.
Oh.
Boy, don't you know you can't enslave me? Ooh, darling, 'cause you'll always be my baby.
What was it? What's the how's it start off?
That song? Which
I got the chorus part.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need her backup singer too. Everybody's important.
That you would always be mine, and inevitably.
That's my